Angelica Cheyenne, aka the Chocolate Diva. I am here with
Saun.
And this is the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. Stay tuned.
Please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line.
Happy Friday, everyone. It's me, Angelica Cheyenne, aka the Chocolate Diva. I had to jump back because the music was booming today in these headphones. Anyway, I am back once again. Now, I did interview Saun a few weeks ago, but there were some technical difficulties, and I had to bring him back because it just wasn't right, and you have to see his litness again. I welcome you back. What's up, Saun?
I love being here. It's okay. You can interview me as many times as you want. You cool.
All the time. Now, we met like literally almost a year and a half ago, and we were just talking about this. He played me one of his new fire tracks we're going to get into later. Nevertheless, we were just speaking about how much like we are alike. It's almost like we've been knowing each other for way longer.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was a year. I really thought it was like 2 or 3 years or something like that.
For real. Like every time he sees me, like we've been going way back. It's like we just met a year, but it's like the vibe is always so heavy. And he's always bringing me heat and letting me in on his life, music-wise and otherwise.
And otherwise.
Oh my gosh. But let's hop into all of this greatness. So you did just release a music video.
Yeah, like a week or so ago. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. It's been a while since I put something like that out. And then people was hitting me up for it. I was like, I just need to drop it. So I did.
I love how you got on your Barry White voice all smooth. Like, yeah, I had to drop this video. I had to drop this video. But it was great. And I'm glad to see that the eye is gone. I mean,
yeah.
When he was here last time, he had a bit of a condition.
Yeah.
Explain that situation, because it looked like you got decked, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, nobody believed me. It's cool. People can say what they want. People thought I got in a fight or something. I was just playing basketball. Somebody ran, I was doing a spin move. Somebody ran into me. He was shorter than me, so it's like, yeah, his head hit my lower face. My face was swollen for like 2 weeks, and I had an interview scheduled like the next day, so I came here looking all messed up.
Yeah.
But I don't look like that no more. So we good.
But you rocked it though, like he's like, I had an accident or whatever, but he was chilling with it. And it actually, I feel like that gives you like a more edge. Like when you have injuries, you gotta explain it. I feel like some girls be like, oh my gosh, she's so athletic.
Yeah. You look like a troublemaker.
It makes you look like a bad boy.
A little bit.
With the leather jacket vibes. No, but in all seriousness, the music video was very deep. And especially in the climate that we're in with the whole, heroin epidemic and opioid addictions, it was very befitting that someone spoke out on that. So what made you decide to do a video about that and even write a song about that?
It's actually funny because I wrote this song kind of a while ago, and it kind of evolved because as you growing up, new life experiences. So from the time I first starting it to the time I put it out to the time I made the music video, like a lot of stuff happened in the meantime. But when I first put it out, it was just like I've always been really ambitious, and a lot of attraction, you attract people who are ambitious. So I had a lot of friends who's like, I want to do this in my life, I want to do this in my life. They were like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this, and then they get home, they smoke weed, and they just watch cartoons. They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And that's on like the lowest level. On others levels, I've seen like people just like totally get addicted. They become totally like just different people. Like they was like some of my best friends, and all of a sudden it was like I didn't even know them because they were just like a different person when they was on drugs. Obviously, the heavier drugs. And then I knew some people who was like, they were like, I didn't even know, but like they lifted up the shorts and they had like cut marks all over their legs and stuff like that because they don't want people to see it on their wrist because they in the public they like normal people.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then like one of my friends told me he was seeing like demons at night and like 3 a.m. in the morning and picking at his stomach and like itching, which like you can see I had someone acted out in the music video, which is crazy. Like I was like, it ain't even worth it. Like I just saw messing up so many people's lives, and I felt like it was getting like heavily promoted. And at that point, I hadn't had anyone like overdose and die. It was just more like these are my friends, and like it's ruining their lives, and they're becoming like nobodies because of this. And so like I wanted to like speak out against it. But then unfortunately, during that process, I ended up losing 2 friends.
Oh my gosh.
So like worst fears, unfortunately, did come true. So like hopefully, that could help save someone else's life.
My condolences on that. I know in the YouTube description, which you can see the music video on YouTube, you express that. And that's crazy because a lot of the times I feel that artists now, because everything is so turned up and party, that they shield that side from expressing it through their music because they don't want to, seem like downers or anything like that.
Because it's not cool. It's cool to be like, oh, I'm popping Molly, I'm sipping lean. or like to be on my Xannies and stuff like that. But I ain't I'm not trying to be like some trendy like wave rapper. Like seeing my homie die that I was my best friends with, that ain't cool to me. So I'm not trying to be cool. Like I just don't care about that.
No, and it's great that you decided to do that, because I think we need more of that, bringing light to the seriousness of addiction. But on a lighter note,
I know you got like heavy super quick. You went straight into
that.
that.
And I wanted to dive into it because I feel like that was very important, and I think it's something that most people can relate to, especially now.
Yeah.
And with the drug culture being so prominent, like, you know, every few decades it gets really, really heavy.
Yeah.
Like in the 60s it was crazy, then we had a resurgence in the 80s and like the early 90s, and now we're back in the 2010s. It's just, you know, all over. But
and it ain't even like a judgmental thing too. 'Cause
Yeah.
like I'm with that scene. Like I party like all the time, and like all my homies was on that. So it's not even like I'm some person from the outside looking down, like judging these people, because these people are my friends. It's just like because they my friends, I'm like, yo, like y'all my friends. I don't want this to happen to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's like Dare for the new millennium. Like I feel like if Dare made a comeback and start having artists do this type of stuff, it would really be more effective. But anyway, it is Friday, and I love to, you know, have what I call like a icebreaker segment, like somewhere, like a segment where the people can get a real feel for the artist that they're with. And I always do Fun Fact Friday, but I want to switch it up because I want to try something new. So you're gonna be my muse for today.
I'm
you're
scared.
gonna be my mouth.
I don't know about to come out your mouth.
My test mouse.
Yeah, that's scary.
But don't be scared.
I don't know what you about to ask me.
No, but since it's Friday, also known as Friday, aka Freaky Friday, depending on who you are. Let me finish. I know what you're thinking, but let me finish.
I ain't thinking of that.
But since I believe that sometimes that we all can encounter embarrassing moments or just weird moments that we look back and we think that was just really trippy.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, for you, what has been a Freaky Friday moment? Now, this is a disclaimer. It doesn't have to only be on Fridays. It could be any day of the week. But for your Freaky Friday memory, what is something you look back and you just think that was just a weird, trippy circumstance? Like, I can't even explain it other than it just being different and peculiar.
Dang, you should have prepped me. I can't even think of nothing like that.
I gotta hit him with you. I gotta hit you with some new stuff. You've been here before. Yeah.
Man, like, what you mean, like, when you said embarrassing or, like,
It
crazy?
could be anything.
Or, like,
it could just be something you look back and you think, wow, that was just strange. Like, I don't even know how I got in that predicament. It was just different.
There's been so many stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Run them down. Run them to me.
There's been so many stuff like that, man. I'm, like, having a mom blank right now. There's been, I mean, there was a time, I literally almost got arrested for being homeless, and I wasn't even homeless before.
Oh my, okay.
Like, literally just stuff just coming in my head. Like,
okay, first it was fire.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Inside
that.
joke.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Explain.
So, like, I didn't have a car. Mm-hmm. This was like my first year of college. I didn't have a car. I had to work to try to save up to get a car for myself. Mm-hmm. So I was depending on my mom, and for some reason I don't know if my battery was dead, but my mom could not get a hold of me, so she drove home. Okay. And, like, we lived an hour away from my school, so I know they were contacting her. So I'm just, like, stranded at my campus. Campus security, like, 9 o'clock, they closed the school. So they kicked me off the campus, like, you can't be here, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just walking around the city, like
a vagabond.
Yeah. Not tired, having to still go to school the next day, like, hungry. I'm about to show up to school in the same clothes the next day. That's embarrassing.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I wore a tank top to school that day, so I was super cold because it was nice. Yeah.
Athletes get cold too.
And I wasn't, real though. Yeah. So I was like, dang. So I was like, I'm still gonna catch some sleep. I don't care. So I went in. I was like, where's trying to hide though? Because I wasn't trying to, like, I knew people around. I wasn't trying to, like, just sleep on the street. And so I went from, like, a hospital because it was lighted, cool area. And I slept on, like, the bench. And I made it, like, 15 minutes before the cops got called on me. I was like, you for real? And they thought I was, like, home and blah. And they thought I was, like, 18. So I was, like, illegal age. But they thought I was, like, 15 years old. Because I just have a baby face.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was just, like, that was one of those things. I'm like, how did this even, like, happen? And then I showed up to school saying wearing the same clothes.
My gosh.
My friend noticed. I made
so
it
you didn't get home?
No, I never got home. I spent the whole night out. I told the, like, cop my story. Luckily, like, the cop was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just need to charge my phone. Do you believe me? But the hospital was kind of tripping out because they just see me wandering outside. Like, they didn't know what I was up to. I don't know what they thought I was trying to do. But and then, like, I finally somehow, I forgot how. I think he let me in to charge my phone. I don't know how, but nobody was answering because it was like 3 a.m. And, yeah, so he said, okay. He's like, I'm going to look the other way. He's like, you need to get lost. Like, if I see you again, I'm going to have to take you in.
Oh, my God.
So I had to leave and find somewhere to hide, basically. I was like, how the hell? Like, I ain't even homeless. Like,
you went at it, now your mom was like, he ain't picking up his phone. He's going to be homeless today.
Yeah, what the heck?
Did your mom ever explain, like, what happened?
See, that's what made me, I don't even remember what, but I remember telling her and I was pissed. And then she came at me like I did something wrong. And I don't know what I did wrong, but I guess she was there and she was looking for me and I wasn't there supposedly. I don't remember. It was like a couple years ago, but I don't remember. But yeah, that was some unfortunate stuff. I was cold. I was upset. I had to show up to school the next day. Still hadn't eaten now in like 24 hours.
Right.
Not trying to be at school. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that is peculiar. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That
just like weird
that
stuff that don't happen to most people.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
That was always my biggest fear, is that my phone being dead and that my mom couldn't get a hold of me and then I'd be stranded somewhere. Luckily, my mom will circle because she probably figured that my phone was dead or something was going on. She was always nervous because, you know, my mom could love me like that. But
Yeah.
I guess your mom feel like he'll figure
I mean,
it out.
knowing myself, too, I could have been, like, hanging out or kicking it or trying to talk to somebody. Who knows what I was doing.
He was juggling, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It didn't end out well, though.
Right. But did you, like, this is, like, pre-Uber days. Like, now, or your phone
How can
was
I? Yeah, I couldn't order an Uber. I couldn't do nothing.
I know you carry your charger everywhere you go now.
Yeah. No, that's what she did do. Next Christmas, she got me a battery pack. Yeah.
You're not going to blame me next time you can't get home.
Yeah,
but,
funny.
you know, at least she tried.
Yeah.
You know? But let's get into the story behind you, Jason.
Yeah.
So you've been rapping for a minute now.
Yeah.
About approximately how long have you been rapping for?
High school, I don't know what year. Let's just say like 15, like approximately, like around there. Because I wasn't serious at first. Like everybody just like trying to rap and like freestyle like at lunch, whatever. Come up
You
with
was
the
on
best
that
bar.
table,
Yeah, we was just like messing
Yeah.
around, and then I started feeling like, oh, I'm kind of good.
You kind of nice.
I wanted to hear myself on a mic, and yeah, then it started.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was high school. So take us back to high school. So it's high school, you on
High
the
school's
table.
fun.
Right. You rapping, you freestyling. When did it hit you that, like, yo, I could really seriously do this?
I think I just really liked it. Yeah, and like even like I'd be in homework lab and everyone's doing I wasn't doing homework. I was just like writing rhymes. And then like I'd be excited. Then on break I'd be like showing people what I wrote. Like, look, read this, and then hard, blah, blah, blah. And then like I wanted like to put it to beats, and I just liked it. Yeah, it wasn't like an epiphany. Like one day I woke up was like I'm gonna do this serious now. It was kind of just slowly transition.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first rap you wrote? What it was about?
Probably some BS. I don't know. Probably nothing serious. I know I used to have like Eminem beats playing in my head. 'Cause I would have beats, so I'll be in homework. Yeah, I would literally be writing to like that flow of that beat, and then but I don't even know what I said. I remember everyone thought it was like cool. I don't remember what I said, but yeah, people thought it was cool. So
I mean, I think that's lit that you really stuck with something, you know, and are now growing. It's great to see the progression because like whenever I have artists come into my studio, I love to find every single song they release, even if it's like all the way back and they're in their mama's bathroom, it's all gritty and lo-fi sounding. I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, you be doing that to me.
Yes, because I feel like those are the building blocks, and you can really see the evolution of an artist, which I feel like makes it even more significant. When they are now displaying their work to everybody in the world. So, what did it feel like when you recorded your first rap?
Like I said, it felt cool. I really just wanted to show everybody. Like I'll get.
You want to flex on them?
Yeah, I want some headphones.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, put this in people's ear, and like, listen to this, listen to this, and I'm gonna stare at them. Like they probably felt like they had to say it was dope just because I was staring.
And you're
at
like
them,
6'2", they kind of felt like.
I
don't want to say no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. And of course, I wanted to show girls. She was like, yo, look.
You probably wrote a rap about them.
I didn't. I never wrote about girls at first till recently. That's what's
For
crazy.
real?
Yeah, because like I felt like that's just what everybody was doing, and it was like corny to me. So I was like, everybody doing that, and so like I never did. I was more like that. That was like when Lil Wayne was popping. This is like
he was writing about girls heavy though.
I know, but I'm more. I mean, as far as like the punchlines and stuff, because I was flexing with the homie, so we was trying to create up like the craziest like bars and metaphors and punchline stuff, and then like Dirk and Eric came, so he's like that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. It got me rejected in my seat.
But I wasn't writing no like Drake type love songs or nothing like that.
I mean, everything, happens in due time. But so I want to take it way back since we're on memory lane and take it back to your album, The Transition.
Yeah.
Now, in that album, you reference a lot about 90s themes and being a 90s baby, bringing back
shout out the 90s babies.
bringing back old school rap, etc. So how has the 90s, from anywhere from swag to music, how has the 90s influenced you the most?
I saw her swag 0. I did not actually, that's early 2000, probably when I was little, I was wearing like the super baggy stuff, but that was more
Right.
that wasn't even
FUBU.
that wasn't even 90s. That was more like G Unit, 50 Cent.
That was like 2000
That was
for sure.
Yeah, so I was inspired by
Yeah.
that early on. Yeah, I definitely rocked a 50 and like G Unit and all that. But 90s later, like I just really like Tupac's my favorite artist of all time. So I really like Tupac. Like I said, if you consider M90s, early 2000s, the same.
Technically, he's 99, so he's
whatever.
Yeah, seriously, like he's like literally right before the new
Yeah, so I don't
millennium.
know, whatever you want to, if you consider him, then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think like any 90s, besides Tupac, any 90s artists really inspired me. It's just more that they was actually like rapping. And like a lot of people now, they can't rap, but because technology's so good, like it
Ooh,
makes
no
them
shade. No shade.
no shade. Yeah, it makes them sound like they can. So that's why I called that transition, because I like the technology too, and I like what some people are able to do with their vocals and stuff like that. I think it's dope. So it's kind of like me combining it, like the flow. I think I told you, like I really like Dave East.
Yeah.
Like how he be spitting, but he's spitting like trap beats.
Oh, I love Dave East.
Yeah, he hard. He cool.
Yeah, no, he's straight. Yeah.
That's why I called it the transition. So it's like the best of both worlds kind of thing.
Yes.
Like they talking about something spitting, and then they got that like new age production.
I mean, I rock with it. I really do agree with that. I feel like you're a good blend. I feel like you got a lot of new age flavor, but you still represent, like, it's something about you. It's like, he not born in 2005. Like, he just can't be.
Because I'm talking about something.
The shade. No, but on all seriousness, so I have to ask, 94.
93.
93.
End of 93.
What?
November, yeah.
We're almost 2 years apart.
Are we?
Yeah. I'm
Dang.
95. End of
Dang,
95.
You little.
Right? And I always like kill my sister because she's 99. I'm like, you were right there. You was almost a 2000.
She almost can't
baby.
even consider herself 90, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally. No. So you said you love Tupac. So what is it? I mean, that's, it's no reason not to like Tupac. But for you, like, why is he such a big influence, and why do you love him so much?
I like how he was. I like how he's talking about something. I like the energy. He brings like this passion. He's like relentless.
Yes.
I feel like very few artists do that. I feel like Kanye does that. I feel like he's very passionate, whether you agree or disagree with what he's saying. I feel like he's very just passionate.
He
like
is
the
passionate.
energy.
He is.
There's very few people like that, and like I'm attracted to that energy. I like it. I like that about him. I like how I feel like he was really trying to do good and do what he did was right. Like there's some people who like they be thugging and all that because they think it's cool or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like he was really just like he shot cops because they was messing with some homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just him. He wasn't doing that for no attention or nothing. He just like,
Yeah.
why are you messing with them? And he shot at him.
Yes.
But at the same time, so he'd be like on like some crazy stuff one minute, but then he'd be preaching the next minute. So I feel like people are either they all the way bad or they like all the way good. And like the people who like all the way good, they tend to get like walked over and stepped over. So I like the fact that he was trying to do good, but ain't nobody gonna mess with him. I like that kind of about him.
I feel like his heart was always in the right place.
Yeah.
His tactics may have been a little extreme depending on the situation, but I do agree. I feel like he was like the Robin Hood of the hood.
Yeah,
you know
Robin
what
like
I'm saying?
that.
Like, even though Robin Hood was robbing
Exactly.
people, he was giving it to like the
Exactly.
people who needed it.
Yeah.
Not to excuse Robin, because that's no excuse. But
Yeah.
I feel like his heart, and he was very passionate about change, and I feel like that's something that you are very passionate about.
Yeah.
It's changing for the better, or just changing to look at different points of views and be more open, but just igniting change. I think that's needed.
Yeah. Or I guess I'm more of a Batman versus a Superman.
Yeah. True, you are the Dark Knight. Okay, so it's without saying Tupac is definitely an influence, and probably, if not your favorite, one of your favorite top 90s artists, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So other than Tupac, what other 90s artists or artists in general has been of influence to you, and what are the ways that they have influenced you?
Like I said, no, really, because I didn't grow up listening to that. I had to go back to listen to it because I was born in the 90s. So, like, by the time I was 8 to listen to music, it was already 2000. So that's why I, like, grew more on, like, 50 Cent and then, like, Lil Wayne and, like, T-Pain and Eminem and stuff. Yeah, like, that's what I grew up on. So I didn't grow up on the 90s stuff, but when I went back and listened to it, that's when I really started to like it. And so, like, I feel like early on, like I said, Lil Wayne more influenced my sound. Eminem did a little bit. Then Tupac did later. And then I feel like, not really, but I feel like part of it, I would almost say Snoop Dogg did a tiny bit. Just 'cause I remember early on picking on some of his rhyme schemes, how he would, I don't even know how to say it. He'd be like, for sure. And then,
like, I call him, like, he has the best rhymes because they literally rhyme, and then he makes up his own language and infuses it, like, for shizzle. Like, the highs and the lows.
The bounciness of it, too. I like that.
Like, his voice is like a 6-4. Like,
I forgot what I said in one song, but I was performing at the club. I said something like that, and it was like something hypnotic. And like, so I feel like that definitely was like influenced by that kind of like the
his
G-funk,
flow. Like, he has one of the best flows of all time. Like, Snoop Dogg is a GOAT for real. No, but like, it's cool that I do like the fact that you acknowledge the pioneers and the people who really set the tone for hip-hop. I feel like in the midst of people trying to redefine it, rightfully so, I feel like every generation has to come up with their own sound and their own image. I feel like that gets lost and people forget, know, who put it on for the city. Like, now, in your songs like Figure Me Out, Orangewood, the Me Anthem, you often make reference to wanting people to hear your story and know what you're really capable of. So what is the essence of the story? So if someone came to you and was like, who the heck are you? Like, what is your story? What would that be?
Oh, see, I feel like that's how it's interpreted. More what I was saying, is like, I wasn't saying that I want people to hear my story. I was saying that people already think they know my story, and people have like a perceived perception of me depending on where they know me from or what kind of image I chose to show them.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what I was like, figure me out, like, because I could be like really like we are, like super jokey and stuff like that too. But then I also could be like super like laid back and just like chilling. So like I'm always with you at parties and stuff like that. You must think I'm like always hype. And so if you ever see I'm chill, what's wrong? You in a bad mood? Like people be like, whenever I'm not smiling, outgoing, and I'm just chilling, people be thinking like I'm in a bad mood or something like that. Or if I'm ever just chilling, if I'm in a situation where I'm always like in a low key environment, people I'm chilling, then they see me like out club hype, they think, dang, you on one. They think I'm super drunk. They think I'm like, no, that's just me.
It's that Sagittarius.
They don't know that side of me.
Yeah, that's true.
And like I hate when people try to put me like in a bubble, like you have to be this way, people that you have to be that way. And so that's what, like, the point of those songs, like, I'm gonna be me regardless, whether you if you approve of it, cool. If you don't, cool. But like, I'm not gonna be anybody's box of me. I'm just gonna be me. So that's what it's more saying.
I respect that 100%, and I do agree that, especially when it comes to music, people try to generalize who you are, and that sometimes can be indirectly marginalizing because you can feel like, no, I have so much more to give. But I think just naturally people compartmentalize that so that they could just make sense of certain things. I think that's the way the human mind works. But I do remember watching an interview with Machine Gun Kelly, and he's saying that whenever he goes, you know, around the city or he's just out in the regular world, people always expect him to be crazy because at his concerts, he's like mosh pitting and jumping off of stuff and just acting wild.
Oh, interesting.
So when people see him in real life and he's just like regular, like you and I, people are like, oh my gosh, like, why are you so turned down? Like, get lit. And he used to be like, that's so annoying because like,
that's a perfect example.
Only a portion of me. Like, I'm just like everybody else. But like, what are the common assumptions people make about you?
Like I said, it depends where they meet me.
Okay.
So like, I went to school here at Dominguez. And
shout out DH.
And I mean, it's my fault because I put those images out. Like I would show up to class like hella late every day. Like I sit in the back. Like I clearly didn't care. I'd fall asleep through half the class. But I would ace like every test.
Oh my gosh.
I'd raise my hand and like have the smartest things to say. Like not by like people would tell me that.
Yeah.
And so everyone was always shocked, like, what? You're actually smart, blah, blah, blah. So everyone thought, like, I was just dumb and, like, blah, 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 and didn't care. And part of me didn't care.
Right.
But, like, they assumed because I fit whatever stereotype they had in their head, like, that I wasn't, like, smart or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, or, like, when people see me, like, because I'll be doing business stuff, but people see me, like, okay, so those people only saw me as a like party don't care kid. When people saw me like in a suit and stuff, or they see me in the business environment, if they ever see me a picture out with my friends or stuff like that, they're like, oh, you're like that. Like they almost like judge me. Like they didn't, like, oh, you're not allowed to have fun. What the heck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it depends where you know me from. Or I did a lot of fitness stuff too, and so I felt almost like I had to hide, because I was inspiring a lot of people like to get healthy and live like healthier lives. But then like I felt like, dang, like if I post like on my Snapchat me out like doing this or doing that or doing that, like those people like they're gonna be like, what? I thought you was this. I thought you was that.
Yeah.
So that's where I went. Like people, I thought you were this. I thought you were. People have their image of what they think I am. And, like, you can be like, I'm a human. I'm not just like one dimensional.
Right. I feel like the best people are not. I mean, they have different facets to them. That's what makes them so interesting.
Yeah.
But I do agree, people can get hung up on like one portion of you. Be like, you are so different. You know.
Yeah. People see what they want to see too.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I did have a class with you. I didn't even know until I thought about it. I think we had like one class together.
Did we?
I think you were always in the back, or you could come
see,
a lot.
there you go.
And I would see him around campus. He looked so serious. So I had hosted an event here. You remember the event? It was like the St. Patrick's Day event.
That was lit.
And it was dope. And he had came up to one of the girls I was working with, and we just started a conversation. And when he left, my co-worker was like, "Oh my gosh, like how long have you guys known each other?" It's like. He just came up to me today. So
that's funny.
It's funny how people can just, make purity assumptions based on one encounter. Now, I want to go to a little break just because I want people to take you in a little bit, Saun. You have a lot of great music, so I want to give the people a taste of that before we come back.
Please do.
So we're gonna play College Crush just
oh
because.
My God, I knew you was gonna pick that song.
That is like, I like it. I think it's one of your best songs. So this is College Crush by Saun.
I'm kicking with you when I start to get this rush. Is this real? I feel so out of touch. Only girl who made my brown skin blush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I'm in class and I look over my shoulder and I see this pretty girl. I'm like, hold up, hold up. She's standing next to me, I look for an excuse. Wanna tell you that you're cute, but I compliment your tennis shoes. White Converse, are they new? Must be. She said she had them for a year, keep them super clean. That was it, but a few days later, see her in the library. We both work at the same paper. Don't say hi, act like didn't see each other. At least I was acting, don't know if saw me passing. So I'm just working and eventually I get happy to see this girl come up to me. She noticed I was having problems and she tried to fix it. Told her she was wrong, we had time so we kicked it. Took her to this private room where you meditate. Try to work my moves, but I saw her hesitate. I'm kicking with you when I start to get this rush. Is this real? I feel so out of touch. Only girl who made my brown skin blush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. We started talking more, start to really like her. But I can't tell her no, cause that girl can be a viper. I mean, that's what we do. We go back and forth, I love to joke of her and she love to tease me too. But it's different when you open up your feelings and you hoping for a second that she'll realize you ain't kidding. Cause that's a scary thing when all you do is dissing is trying to change it on them and be real and hope they listen. So we kick it and I drag things out. Tried telling you I like you but nothing came out. And I think you knew I liked you, it was obvious. But didn't think that telling you would be as hard as this. But I did it, yeah I said it. Then afterwards, needed a medic. You know how they say at least you'll know we'll be fine. Whoever said that I'ma sue that man cause that boy lying. I'm kicking with you when I start to get this rush. Is this real? I feel so out of touch. Only girl who made my brown skin blush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I was so heated. She responded with a diss, heart beating. Low key, I'm in shock, start leaving. Nicest thing she said, have a nice weekend. But nah, that can't be real. I asked a few days later, like, tell me what's the deal. I really like ya, but she wanna know why. Don't know, I don't wanna try. Cause I just know what I feel inside. She said she'd like me back, so I did alright. But she want a reason, she deserve it. I thought about it, should've told her cause she worth it. You the only girl, make me this nervous. Hope you forgive me with that smile, that's so perfect. I get lost staring at your face, a model of that birthday stunt was crazy, but it showed me that you're thoughtful. I'm kicking with you when I start to get this rush. Is this real? I feel so out of touch. Only girl who made my brown skin blush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. I think I'm sprung out this college crush. There's more I wanted to say. I love your thighs. I love your whole body, actually. I love the way you challenge me. I really like that about you. You push me. It's really hard getting everything I like about you into words. Cause I feel like a lot of it's just little things that words can't describe. I love your sweetness. You cold, but I love your sweetness. I'm trying to describe your whole personality in words. Like I said, it's hard, but you so much more than everything I said. Just know that. A lot more. A lot. With that smile, that's so perfect. I get lost staring at your face, a model of that.
So that was College Crush by Saun, and that was actually based on a real life girl.
Yeah, you be doing me like that.
I mean, I think the public should know. I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
Rappers take note. I mean, a lot of rappers do make songs about, personal
That's
women
true.
in their life, but still,
That's true.
know, so
Everything I rap
know.
to is like real life. I don't like make stuff up.
Yeah. And it reminded me of like old school love songs. Like it wasn't a lot of rah-rah. It was like
I think it's the
I
beat.
need love, like
Yeah, because after you said that, I'm like, dang, she right. This dude kind of sound
It
90s.
do. I felt like right, but nevertheless, I think that's probably one of my favorite songs by you to date.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the content, but I like the whole vibe of the song.
Yeah,
in general. Now, there's a lot of ways that rappers classify themselves. They classify themselves as trappers, trap rappers, conscious. There's a new term now from the 2000s, maybe it's called sad boy music. Like, rappers who rap about more of kind of dark, sad,
like
depressing
Lil Peep
themes.
stuff.
Yeah, and like XX, Tentacion, and things like that. So for you, how do you classify yourself as a rapper?
I don't. We just talked about this.
Huh?
I don't. We just talked about this.
No, let me elaborate that. When I mean classify, because there's a way you have to surmise yourself when you are explaining to people. Because there's going to be people who are like, okay, like, what do you do? Like, how do you, like, why should I listen to your music? So for those people who want a summarization, I'm going to give you the floor to define that for yourself.
Here's a summarization. Any beat you give me, I can rap to it. It doesn't have to be a conscious beat. You can give me a trap beat. I can rap about sad stuff. I make party music. I can make any type of music.
So you're an entertainer rapper. You're a rapper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't rap like Drake, but think how Drake can make any type of music. Like, he makes Spanish music.
He does.
And then he make love songs, and he'll try to go hard and rap with the game. And then he makes, like, any kind of rap. And I think the best rappers can rap over any kind of beat. And they're the best selling because they appeal to different audiences.
What I will say about that is definitely true, but since we're going to use Drake as the example, I feel like Drake can rap on any beat, but when you hear Drake, you know that's Drake. Drake is not going to be doing no extra autotune. He's not going to be trying to rap like Snoop. Like, when you hear Snoop, you know that's Snoop. Like, Snoop has done gospel, but you still know it's Snoop. So I feel like for you, like, whatever, like, music you do in terms of style and beat, like, I hear you. It's
you
not
still
like,
know it's me. Yeah,
I know
for
it's
sure.
me. You're not changing your flow.
Yeah.
You're not doing something totally out of the norm or just something experimental just to say you did it. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
And I think that's key when you are a great artist, is to stay consistent in some way.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
So, you are from Orange County, Irvine.
Yeah, I lived in there for a while. Yeah. Well, I wasn't born
Yes,
there, and
you
I
were.
didn't also haven't. I probably lived out of Orange County, like just as much I lived there.
Okay.
But yeah.
So when it comes to Orange County, I think that's the one place in California that does not, well, alongside other places, but in regards to Southern California, I feel like Orange County is like the one place that doesn't have extenuating amounts of rappers that come out of that
there's
city.
no famous rappers.
You know
from
what I'm
Orange County,
saying? I feel like there's a lot of great underground rappers, but I feel like in terms of making it mainstream, it's not a lot. So I know rap is sort of like a passion for you, something that you just do. But in terms of maybe putting on for your city, how do you plan to put OC rappers on the map?
That's funny that you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much anymore, but I remember when I first came out, like especially when I was like, when I made that transition, I was like going to school in Irvine. I was like, I'm gonna put every rapper from OC on the map. I'm gonna put OC. Like I wanted OC to like blow up, and then I was performing in like Orange County clubs.
Right.
And stuff like that. So like now, like that's not so much a huge thing for me. What is a huge thing for me is like just the homies, like people I know and people like who've been in my life. Like if I make it, we all making it.
Oh right. If I eat, the whole family.
Yeah, of course. But
Yes.
as far as like, I don't really care if like the whole Orange County becomes like a big staple in rap as much anymore, like as I used to. More for me, it's just more like the homies and stuff like that.
I respect it. I feel like
Yeah.
that's very Nipsey Hussle of you. For real. And I just use him because like in the recentness of his death, unfortunately, R.I.P. Nipsey, there was a lot of things coming about how great he was and how his heart was very much giving and how much he loved his people. And I saw a clip where he was somewhere and they catered like his studio session and he had got his plate and he literally did not eat until his whole staff was fed and was sitting down eating. He said, I can't eat unless my team eats. And I just feel like that's the type of mentality people should have. And I feel like you have that. It's like, if I make it, we all make it.
Yeah, it's
you know?
it's no fun like you mean at the top and everybody still struggling. That ain't cool.
Right. It's about the collective, which is great. Right. So you said you could pretty much rap on any type of beat. So what is your favorite beat to use typically?
Like it really, that's why, because it really depends on my mood. Like if I have something I want to talk about, like I'm not gonna put like on a party beat. But then also like sometimes I just only feel like listening to bangers.
Right.
And so if I'm that kind of mood, that's the kind of music I'm on. So it's kind of like more like on my energy and what I'm feeling. That's what I decide. I don't really go in listening like thinking I'm gonna make this type of song. It's just more like what I feel.
No, I totally think that's cool. I feel like you said, the beat can shape the song. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
very important that when you're trying to deliver a certain message, you got to have the right beat, you know?
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about adding skits to your music to shape the song? Because I know you add skits in the particular song, Drug Slave.
Yeah.
You had a skit, which is very deep. So how do you plan to, in the future, use that to change your music and add more effect, if you will, to it?
It's not so much the skit. I think the skit was just like one way because I feel like it fit that song really well. I think I just like to challenge myself and push myself. So sometimes I'll add a bridge, or sometimes I'll make it's called like 8 bars. Like usually a chorus is 8 bars.
Break it down mathematically. Come on.
Show
people how to make records.
So some like on this new song I'm working on right now, I'm doing a 12-bar chorus, which I don't think I've actually ever done before. So like I just like try, or a skit. I just like try adding new things so the music doesn't get repetitive and so every song doesn't sound the same.
Right.
I like pushing like music and make it sound different. Yeah.
I'm with it 100%. I can't wait to see what you do. I know you have a lot of heat coming on the way that you have not released yet.
I do. It's all on my phone right now.
Right. So, before we close, I actually have a little treat here for everybody. Unreleased, an unreleased track that he's releasing right now on the Chocolate
It's a
Diva
live premiere.
Talk Show. Live premiere, world premiere. Chocolate Diva exclusive right now. I'm going to let you do the honors of introducing the song.
Yeah. So it's just called Swagger Like Me. It's just like a fun song. Again, putting the homies on. I have a homie who's like, he don't really put out music,
right?
But he just be like, we be kicking it sometimes. He's rapping. He's like really talented. So I'm like, bro, like, you need to get on the track with me. I need people to hear you.
Hype him up. Give him free promo.
He's dope.
He is. Dope. We listened to the track before the show, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, he goes by Brandon Maj, and he's the whole first part of it, and he got the chorus, and then I'll take over the last 2 verses. So we about to hear this right now. And I was waiting for today to drop that track. Sorry, you're hearing all my backup songs that you ain't supposed to hear yet.
Unreleased.
But this I'm dropping
material
today just for y'all. I wanted to hear on the Chocolate Diva show first.
And
I'm so high right now. I got angel wings. Why you bullshitting, bitch? Why you bullshitting? Ain't no Red Bull. Swag is so sick, ain't no need for the meds. He get caught with them bricks, he gon' plead to the feds. I'm American gangster, get even. Instead, living life at the top, got my feet off the ledge. If he short with my racks, put the heat to his chest. Charlie got rack, put that D on the breast. Rolling down Sunset, cheapin' trees in the legs. Nevertheless, I'ma get to these chests. Keep fucking up the money, I'm addicted to sex. Rolex, yellow diamonds, and starting baguettes. Niggas show 'em my respect, cause they know I'm the best. If not, I let the chopper sing, got the illness on deck. Ayy, no jerk song, sound like a jerk song. Nigga with the booty heat, and I get my murk on. Get my squirt on, that shit bad bitch. Said she wanna roll, yeah she down to ride. Blue and white brand with the T's on the side. Jeans slim straight, so you know they fit me great. Keep a fresh appearance before I hit the stage. Throwing racks in the crowd, so my fans get paid. Hey, call that reimbursement for showing up just to see me drop these verses. In this track, I just hearsed it. I'm killing shit, there's no need for rehearsing. No, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, I know, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me. Hey.
Last night, did a little one to flirt you in a sweatshirt with the city outside. Got a hickey on neck and now you tryna hide. Ain't you nervous? You a good girl, was it worth it? 5 a.m. getting late now. We're all waking up, you just lay down, yeah. Head resting on my chest. I know this wasn't something you expect. You just broke up with your dude and it had you in a mess. Heartless, careless about guys for next. You try to curb me too, but I'm actually kinda cool, who knew? You kept your guard up for a reason. You weren't supposed to fall this season. Now I got you crawling in the back of my car, feeling me, trying to catch up on the man's game, Mrs. Z's. You a good girl, you ain't like that. Cause you giving that your love when it right back. So bad, ain't so bad. Calling me Poppy, she got no dad. Now I got the keys to your heart. I'm just hoping I don't tear this place apart. It was all fun, we was young, we was sprung. Now you get your feelings and you saying you in love. I had feelings too, but knew you were the one. Had your heart like a period, bleeding every month. You, but I didn't. Eventually, you learn to keep a distance. I grew in your heart like a virus. Now she in love, she can hide it.
No, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, I know, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me. Hey.
Heard another dude taking on my ex. She used to call me cute every text. Post a pic at the gym, say she love it when I flex. New dude, gets daddy still the best. I want you happy and I'm happy you moved on. Kinda dude who look like he never did you wrong. I wonder if you know you telling me I'm cute. Kinda funny, I'm amused, but I'm letting you do you. We clicked, I know you wonder why. I never tied the knot, I swear I was down the line. Those feelings that were real, yeah, I love who you are. You the best friend, I wanna take the back of my car. But you ain't the girl I wanna walk the aisle with. Been a waste of time, lies kinda quick. To be honest, wish you were a little more thick. Type of booty you could really wipe the floor with. I'm just teasing, believe me, baby, take it easy. You know my sweetie, hop on top while I'm driving, speeding. Hit you in the evening and take no reason. Think about me just as often as you breathe. It was Halloween when I slept in between. You know the feeling like methamphetamine. We don't do drugs, just that addicting. Beauty in the hour, I never hit her with her. Truth, I never lie, but didn't get the bigger picture. Her body like my wallet, book could be a little thicker, but I never tell her that. Ain't no point in speaking bad facts. New girl, help me do my groceries. New dude, know you're slowly getting over me. Can't afford to leave my seed in your ovaries. Jokingly we talk, but new one's supposed to be.
No, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, I know, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me, you ain't swaggin' like me. Nah, you ain't swaggin' like me, swaggin' like me. Hey.
So that was an exclusive song by Saun. Oh my gosh! All I can say is talk your stuff.
Yeah, you was really paying attention to the bars.
I am a lyrics girl. Like, I love lyrics. I don't care if we turn it up. I'm always still thinking about the lyrics. It's like, okay, this is the song I was listening to the other day. The Thong song by Cisco. It's the same verse and the same chorus repeated throughout the whole song. It's no different verses.
No way.
It's like, I think 2 verses, but like 2 different verses, but literally it's
That's
repeated.
funny.
I know, but we wasn't caught up on that. It was like,
I feel like a lot of pop songs are like that though. Yeah, I've noticed that when I look up the lyrics. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's totally like 2 decades ago almost. Still, like, but in regards to that, I feel like that was lit. I enjoyed that.
I know. I don't think everyone saw because you just had the card up, but she was on her phone. I thought she was in her own world, and she would look up like, "What did you say?" I was like, "Wait, I thought you weren't paying attention."
I'm always paying attention, like everything. Like,
you
my
caught
hair,
some of that.
Yeah, I caught all of it.
That's funny.
And then I popped the headphones on so I could really hear. I was like, "All right, Jason, all right."
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
For sure. I feel like that song might be the preface to juggling.
Yeah, they didn't get to hear that yet.
Which is coming.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to let people know the origins of that song, because, you know, some people might think it's about juggling.
Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm releasing 2 albums this year. One I've been working on for a while. It's called Diary of a Hustler. And basically, like, I didn't grow up with money, like, at all. So my whole life, just to get where I am now, basically had a hustle. So that's kind of that song, the album, like, the inspiration for that came from. Because people always ask me, where do you get your motivation from, all that. I feel like when you have no choice, it's easy to stay motivated. So that's that.
Yes.
Then I started noticing, like I said before, I didn't really rap about girls that much. Recently, I've been a lot more, and they're all real life stories. So then I decided I'll make another album. So one's going to be called Diary of a Hustler, and one's going to be called Diary of the Heart. And so the Juggle song I'll put on that second album, Diary of the Heart, which is why I haven't put it out yet. But to answer your question, what it's about, Juggle, it's about 2 different girls. And I'm talking to 2 of them, and one's just bad. She, like, fine, she cute, really attractive to me, but I'm kicking with her, and her personality is just not interesting to me, like, in the slightest. Like,
Okay.
at all. But I still keep kicking with her because she's cute. But, like, I'm very, like, attracted to, like, intelligence and, like, that kind of stuff. So I was like, man.
Yeah.
And then this other girl who she was cute. I mean, obviously that's why I talked to her in the first place. But, like, she wasn't, like, cute. She was just, like, whatever cute. But her personality was, like, cool, like best friend, kind of, like, we could kick it every day. And so it's like me, like, picking these girls. Like, one's the girl, like she ain't the type of girl I show off to the homies, but I'd call over and, like, we could just kick it all day. And one's the girl, like, I'd show off to all the homies, but I didn't want to spend a second with you. So it's just me juggling those 2 girls.
The story of many, women included.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I feel like that's relatable, though. But in regards to Diary of the Heart, is it going to be like, okay, so I'm going to take it back to 2003.
Okay.
The Love Below speaker box. If you ever listen to the Love Below side of the Love Below speaker box album, if you listen to it closely, I feel it outlines Andre's love life from beginning to end, beginning stages, middle stages, into where he, you know, ends up without her. So will Diary of the Heart be similar to that type of vibe, where we get to learn about your love life from back to front? Or, you know.
Dang, that's a great idea, honestly. I mean, it wasn't intended like that. Really, it's just like, it wasn't supposed to be its own album. I was gonna include those songs on the first Diary of a Hustler album, and it just became so many. It's like, why don't I make them 2 separate projects? Because they became like their own thing within one.
I feel it.
So it's really, I mean, kind of yes, because I wrote them over time.
Yeah.
So it started like, oh, I was doing with this girl, I'm doing with this girl, now I'm doing with both these girls. So like,
so you juggling,
yeah.
baby.
No, not like that.
I'm saying you're juggling girls.
I'm just saying over time those songs like came up.
Right.
So yeah, it kind of like is like a chronological story if you think of it that way, but it wasn't intended to be like that at first. No.
I mean, sometimes things just evolve.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about juggling, I'm thinking of LL Cool J song "Jiggling." Like, he's like, "You jiggling, baby." I'm like,
you know your music.
Yeah, because like I'm like, juggle. That sounds like something. I was like, jiggle, and then I just like, it just came to me. Especially since we were talking about LL and I Need Love vibes, but yeah. I feel like you should put that in the course now. Like, you juggling me.
No, it's not that kind of song.
No! I don't know. Okay, well, in my head it makes sense, but...
You need to be like a DJ. Oh, you are, I guess.
I
So you
can.
yeah, so
I
you just
can
insert
mix
your own
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but this concludes this episode of the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. It was lit.
Yeah.
It was fun having you again. Thrice.
Yeah, it's fun being here.
So before we get out of here, I'm going to play a game called This or That. So
Okay.
basically, I'm going to give you two options, and you can say this or that, or whichever one you choose. Okay. Man buns or braids?
Man bun or braids?
Man buns or braids.
Okay. So before you ask me ponytail or braids, so all right, so braids always, man bun. See, nobody. Hold on, people can't see this. This is my man bun.
Oh,
If
he
you
wasn't
rock-
supposed to look at the camera. No.
If you rock, I
He's
can put
breaking
this
the
back
fourth
on now.
wall.
If you rock it like I rock it, then man bun too. But nobody has like a man bun on top of their head. People wear it in the back.
Okay, well, that's a top knot.
You know?
That's a man top knot.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's like this,
Yeah.
then it's tied.
Yeah.
But braids always.
Always braids.
Yeah.
Cornrows or two braids?
Cornrows if it's like the cool cornrows, not no 2002 cornrows.
Don't
or,
shade.
or
You
not,
don't want the Allen Iverson cornrow?
Allen Iverson hard. He's the GOAT.
Right.
No, I love Allen Iverson. But
Yes.
no Kawhi Leonard cornrows. Like, I love him as a basketball player.
Kawhi
but
Leonard just doesn't do them as often as he should. I feel like that's the thing.
I don't know, but it's not so, I mean, he's a great player. I'm a
He
fan.
is.
I'm rooting for the Raptors.
Yes.
But
I feel
not,
like he should laugh more.
not those. He's. Yeah.
I think he should laugh more.
I think he should do something more. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not on here to talk trash on Kawhi Leonard because I'm voting for him.
No. I don't know. This is not. I do actually
But
like his laugh. Though.
yes,
I do.
cornrows, but like a certain style of them.
Right.
I had them like where it was just two on like top, and then it was
Yes.
tied into a man bun in the back. It looked
Right.
hard.
Oh, that's. I like that. That's
yeah.
dope. That's dope.
So I like doing different types of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tall or short girls?
Tall for sure. I like 5'6"
Like Meg the Stallion.
to 5'8" is like my range. But
That's
also
not
like
the average though now.
the average girl's 5'4". I looked this up.
Still? It's been like 5'4" since the 80s.
It still is, yeah. There's a lot of short girls. Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I feel like everyone's
But yeah.
tall. Yeah.
The extended range like 5'5" to
Okay.
5'9" is my. If you 5'10", we probably can't like date long term. If you like shorter than 5'4", it
Aw.
probably won't work for me either. I'm not saying like we could go on a date, but what
Yeah.
I'm most attracted
Okay,
to
so
is
you
that
like
range.
average tall.
Yeah,
tall.
average tall. Yeah, not
Average
like
tall.
6'2" tall. But
Oh,
yeah.
you don't want someone to compete with you in the hoops, huh?
I mean, they can
Yeah.
because I've seen girls who
Yeah.
are taller than me who are bomb. I'm just saying on
Okay.
average.
Okay. Favorite Tupac album? I'm gonna give you two. Okay. I'm gonna let you choose your favorite Tupac album because I can't. There's so many.
Yeah, there's
I like
a bunch.
all-
I like
yeah.
All Eyes on Me, even though
All
it's
Eyes
like
on Me?
yeah, it's cliche, but it's
It's like
beautiful.
his like it was though.
Yeah.
Like it's the whole composition and the content and the
I feel like it was
tracks.
one of his most perfect albums. Yeah.
If an album could be perfect, that would be it.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I like some of his stuff that he released too before he passed because I feel like that's when he really stopped caring and just was like ruthless. His voice sounded like more raspy and like
Oh, yeah.
he started sounding crazy, which I kind of liked.
Right. He got
But-
real raw.
Yeah, he did
like,
get real raw.
Yeah.
But I feel like All Eyes on Me was like a combination of like his little polished from before and the combination of About to Go Raw. It was like a good balance.
All right. Last question. All right. Coachella or Rolling Loud?
I ain't never been in either, but I'll choose Rolling Loud.
If you had to perform, you would perform
Okay, if I had to perform, I'd go to Coachella.
where? Are you sure though?
it's
With this
bigger.
outbreak though?
I said I'm performing. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm just performing. You crazy.
Hey, you know.
I'm taking my plane there. I'm performing. I'm flying away.
You gonna wear your mask?
Yeah, it's just something. Oh my God, you crazy.
I'm just saying. Okay, but Rolling Loud is
I
lit
forgot
too,
about
but
that.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it is.
but
That's what I
Coachella,
said. I think
yes.
if I had to go to one just to enjoy the music, I would go to Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud, but
if I had to
performance-wise,
perform, because it's just such a bigger audience
I will
and
say
stuff like that.
Coachella
yeah.
is like huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's where Rolling Loud would be probably
Yeah.
in the next decade.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that was that. That concludes my game or this or that. So thank you for rolling through. How can people find you, Jay?
Instagram, Saun23, JSAUN23, or just Saun, JSAUN on YouTube is the best ways. Yeah.
And as always, you can find me, Angelica Cheyenne, the Chocolate Diva, at simply the Chocolate Diva on Instagram. You can find me at Twitter on Angelica CC Diva. You can also find me on YouTube at Angelica Cheyenne, a darker shade of brown. That concludes today's episode of the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. Y'all have a litty weekend. Stay safe. Love each other. Have fun. And whatever you do, if you went to Coachella this year, you might want to go to the doctor if you
crazy.
haven't already.
You crazy.
For real though. But we're gonna get out of here with I want to say They Don't Really Want It. I feel like
really want it.
I feel like I want to go with that.
Have you heard that one?
I actually have, and that's why I was trying to decide between that or Easter Sunday. But you know, since it's Friday and we want to be lit, let's go with that one.
Everybody, everybody, everybody. Everybody wanna call the shots. Everybody think that they a boss. Everybody human, but they moving like they trying to prove they goonin', but they not. $100 wallet, $0 on deposit. I be way too slick to let an image in my pocket. Sexy still in chain, and we wear it as a locket. Ruby diamond got a copy, got medallion, I rock it.